This is Gospel Music Today. We're at the National Quartet Convention in Louisville, Kentucky, and it's a pleasure to be talking to members of Second Generation. Sitting next to me is Brenda, and Brenda, welcome to Gospel Music Today.
Thank you so much. We are so excited to be here.
First, I want to have you introduce the rest of the group.
Well, the group consists of my sister, Elaine Parks, and Jimmy Hoskins, who is a dear friend of ours, and myself, Brenda Denny, and we are from the Kansas City area. And we just have a blast. Elaine and I have been singing together for years and years and years as a family, and Jimmy joined us about a year and a half ago.
Now, how did you become involved in gospel music?
Well, it runs deep in our roots. As I said just a minute ago, Elaine and I have been singing forever, and in the 70s, Mom and Dad and 6 of us kids, we had a bus and traveled and sang, and we were known in the southern Missouri area as the Singing Greens. And but you know, and we just been singing. Dad settled down and pastored churches during that time also, and we all got involved in our home churches as we got married. But the burning desire of just getting out there on the road and singing more Southern gospel music and traveling has always been in us. And in 2005, we decided to pick up the torch again and start singing again and just traveling full time, and we love it.
Elaine, how many concerts a year is involved in full-time ministry now?
Well, for us, I mean, this year we're probably going to do about 150 concerts and all, and that's just on the weekends because right now, Brenda and I are both working still through the week, but that's just on the weekends that we've done. Probably by the end of the year, it'll be about 150.
Jimmy, who were your influences in gospel music when you became?
Andre Crouch, Clint Brown. My background is a little bit different than the girls. It was more black-oriented gospel, a lot of choirs. But I grew up listening to Motown before I became a Christian, and that influence was just deep in my roots. And so we're an odd blend, but we've blended, and that was the key, that we came together, diverse, but God has put us together, and I really believe that this blend is going to work for us.
Well, that's great music. That's a great influence. How did you meet up with these two people?
Well, about a year and a half ago, I've been behind the walls of the church for about 35 years, involved in music ministry in any way that I could. And I just kind of got out of everything and was going to kind of go solo for a while. And I got a call from a friend that said that they knew a couple of girls that was looking for a male vocalist, and I gave them a call, and within one phone call, they were in my living room sharing their heart. And their heart is what got me. It wasn't so much the style of music, but when they told me their heart for ministry, that was the clincher, and it's been a wonderful thing ever since. And
Brenda, who were your influences in gospel music?
Oh my goodness, there's so many. Growing up, we have a mom that can sing like Vestal Goodman any day of the week. She's an awesome singer to this day. And but growing up, we would go to sleep listening to Southern gospel groups as the Rambos, the Goodmans, the Gaithers, the Downings, the Hemp Hills, and the list goes on and on and on. So many people that I admire. Vestal Goodman is probably one. I mean, no one can just, touch her voice except our mom. But we have really been compared to, when we first started in 2005, we started getting calls from DJs, promoters everywhere saying that we had the sound of Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters. That Elaine and I sound like Little Jan, which is such a compliment. That was one of our favorite groups in the 70s. And but there's so many groups that we love and that we admire. But I would say Dottie Rambo, of course, she wrote so many great songs. Vestal Goodman, who has a voice like no other. Those were just a few.
What's the Second Generation website?
It is 2ndgenerationministries.com, and that's the number 2, like second, 2ndgenerationministries.com.
Okay. Guys, thank you very much for talking to us on Gospel Music Today.
Thank you.
Enjoyed being here.
Excited.
Thank you.
And now back to more Gospel Music Today.